Hello, friends, and welcome back to my kitchen. First, take 5 eggs and break them into a large bowl. Then add 1 teaspoon of salt to the eggs. Today, I'm excited to share a recipe of potato and ground beef casserole topped with vibrant vegetable garnish. And whisk the eggs until everything is nicely blended. Set this aside. We'll come back to it soon. Now let's heat a generous drizzle of olive oil in a large frying pan. Here I have 3 pounds, or 1,300 grams, of potatoes that I cut into small, even cubes. Friends, please write in the comments what country and city are you from. It's very nice to know that we can communicate all over the world. Add potatoes to the hot pan and let them fry until they reach a lovely golden brown. Friends, if you enjoy my content, subscribe to the channel to receive notifications about new similar recipes. As they cook, season the potatoes with 1 teaspoon of salt. And 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Giving them a good stir to ensure everything is evenly coated. Fry the potatoes until they're completely tender and cooked through. This will take a few minutes, so keep an eye on them and stir from time to time. When the potatoes are ready, transfer them into a large mixing bowl. Now, pour in the beaten eggs we prepared earlier. Gently mix until the eggs coat each piece of potato. This step will help bind everything when it bakes, creating a wonderfully satisfying texture. Next, take a baking dish lined with parchment paper and spoon about 2/3 of our potato and egg mixture into the bottom. Now add some olive oil to the pan. And once it's hot, add 1 pound or 450 grams of ground beef. We cook the beef until it's browned and starts to release its juices. If you have any questions about the recipe, write to me and I will answer as soon as I see it in the comments. While that cooks, finely chop 1 onion. Friends, I'd be happy if you could give this video a like, as it's the best reward from you. Add it to the pan once the beef is well browned. Then grate 2 cloves of garlic on a mini grater. add them to the pan. For seasoning, add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of oregano, and 1 teaspoon of paprika. Stir everything well to distribute the spices evenly. Let the mixture cook for about 10 minutes until all the flavors have mingled beautifully and the onions are softened. Now we'll assemble the casserole. With our potato base in the baking dish, we'll use a spoon to create a well in the center. This space will hold our delicious filling. Now, for an extra layer of flavor, we'll add pieces of cheddar cheese right on top of the beef. You can cut the cheese as shown in the video, so each slice will melt and give the casserole that irresistible, creamy texture. Finally, cover everything with the remaining third of our potato and egg mixture, pressing down gently to seal the edges. The dish is ready to go into the oven. Bake at 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes. For the garnish, heat a bit of olive oil in a clean pan. First, take 1 peeled zucchini and chop it into small cubes. Add the zucchini to the pan and let it start to soften. Next, chop 1 onion. Add it to the zucchini once it's tender. Then finely chop 8 mushrooms. add them to the pan. Stir everything well and let the mushrooms cook until they release their moisture and start to brown. Now, finely chop 2 cloves of garlic. Add them to the mixture. Let that garlic infuse into the vegetables for a moment, giving everything a quick stir. Next, cut 1 bell pepper into small cubes. Add it to the pan, stir and cook just until the pepper softens, maintaining its bright color and slight crunch. For a final touch of freshness, finely chop a bunch of parsley. Add it into the mix. Then grate 2 ounces or 60 grams of Parmesan cheese. This cheese will add a bit of richness to our vegetables. Give it all one last mix. And our vegetable garnish is complete. Now it's time to check on our casserole. After 30 minutes, take it out of the oven and let it cool slightly before cutting into it. You'll see those beautiful layers of potatoes, beef, and cheese, all held together perfectly. To serve, cut 2 generous slices and plate them alongside a portion of the vegetable garnish. The potatoes are golden and soft, the beef is flavorful, and the vegetables add a wonderful, colorful freshness. I hope you enjoy this dish as much as I do. It's a perfect meal for sharing, and I'm sure it will bring a smile to everyone around the table. But that's not all. I have a second, no less delicious recipe for you. First, break 2 eggs into a small bowl. Give them a quick whisk. and set those aside for now. Next, take 2 pounds or 900 grams of peeled potatoes. Cut them into small pieces, just like this. Toss them into a large saucepan. Once the potatoes are in, pour in enough water to cover them. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. Give it a quick stir. And set the pan on the stove to cook for about 25 minutes. We want the potatoes nice and tender. While the potatoes cook, we'll move on to the filling. Melt half a stick or 60 grams of butter in a frying pan over medium heat. Once it's melted, finely chop 1 onion. Add it to the pan. Let's give it a stir and let it cook until the onion softens. Now, grate 1 carrot. If you have any questions about the recipe, write to me and I will answer as soon as I see it in the comments. Add it to the onion. Stir everything together. Season with 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Let it cook for a few more minutes until everything is nice and soft. Then we'll remove it from the heat. Now that our potatoes are done, check with a knife to make sure they're tender. Perfect. Let's drain the water and transfer the cooked potatoes into a large mixing bowl. Take a potato masher and mash them until smooth, no lumps. Once the potatoes are mashed, we'll add the sautéed onion and carrot mixture to the bowl. Next, chop 1 bunch of parsley. Friends, I'd be happy if you could give this video a like, as it's the best reward from you. to the potatoes. Then pour in the 2 eggs we whisked earlier. The eggs will help bind the potato mixture. Finally, add 5 tablespoons of flour to help thicken the potato base. Mix everything thoroughly until you have a smooth mixture. Now let's move on to the chicken filling. Melt another 1/2 stick or 60 grams of butter in a clean frying pan. Finely chop 1 onion. Add the onion to the pan and let it soften. Grate 2 cloves of garlic on a mini grater. Add that to the onion. Stir it all together. Next, finely chop 1 large chicken breast into small cubes. Add it to the pan. Stir and let the chicken cook until it's browned. Once the chicken is cooked, chop 6 mushrooms and add them to the pan. Let everything cook together for about 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. Season the filling with a pinch of salt, black pepper, and oregano. Then pour in 3 fluid ounces, 100 milliliters of cream. Stir and let it simmer for 5 minutes. Remove the filling from the heat. Grate 3 ounces or 100 grams of cheese. Stir the cheese into the chicken and mushroom mixture. This will make our filling creamy and delicious. Now that both the potato base and the filling are ready, let's form the patties. Lightly dust a board with some flour to prevent sticking. Take a spoonful of the potato mixture and shape it into a small round on the board. Use your fingers to create a little well in the center. Now, spoon some of the chicken filling into the well. And carefully shape the potato mixture around the filling, forming a patty. Press gently to seal it. Heat some olive oil in a frying pan, enough to cover the bottom. Place the patties in the pan and cook them on low heat. Let's make a quick yogurt sauce to go with them. Add 4 ounces or 120 grams of Greek yogurt. Add 1 teaspoon of dried garlic, 1 teaspoon of dried onion, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. For extra texture, grate 1 pickled cucumber. And mix it into the yogurt. Give everything a good stir. And our sauce is ready. Let them get a golden crust on one side before flipping them to cook the other side. You can cover the pan with a lid to help them cook through. Once the patties are golden and crispy on both sides, remove them from the pan and let's plate them up. Place 2 patties on each plate. And add a spoonful of our yogurt sauce on the side. And there you have it. Crispy, golden potato patties stuffed with chicken and mushrooms, served with a light, tangy yogurt sauce. It's a perfect meal for the whole family. Thank you so much for cooking with me today. If you liked this recipe, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let me know how it turned out for you in the comments. I always love hearing from you. Until next time, happy cooking.